So pretty much since I got into cameras, I've been a long time Sigma fan. Here is what I've been using for a while, the 18-35 little Canon EF lens. Even whenever I was rocking micro four thirds on my GH4, I use this, and I'm still using micro four thirds. This bad boy is not what you're seeing me on right now, though. There's something else there, and that is the Tokina 11-20. And this thing gets really wide. Watch this. Ooh, maybe even too wide. Let's talk about that. To kind of cleanse your palette so you weren't thinking about how that other lens looked, here's some iPhone footage. I'm using my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera 4K, and that is with the Viltrox mount adapter, micro four thirds to EF. Now, I don't know if you knew this, but the Sigma lens zoomed in is not wide at all. Hi, I'm really zoomed in. But if we zoom out a little bit, looks great. Let me tell you, this is fantastic. It's I wouldn't say roomy. It's definitely not roomy, but it does give you a tiny bit of breathing room. This is usable, but it's not wide. It is definitely not wide. And a lot of streaming, you kind of want a wider lens. Lens? You kind of want a wider lens. Like something like this, maybe. But that's where this bad boy comes in. This is an adapter. So let me show you the difference putting on the adapter. Oh my god, I don't even have to screw it in. You can immediately tell. Look at this. This is as wide as the Sigma normally goes. This is it with the adapter on. Immediately, massive amount of information you're gaining. Let's try it at the zoomed out first. Hello, I am uncomfortably close. Hi. And now I'm out of focus, but I'm actually almost as close as I was in the normal zoomed out. So here it is, zoomed all the way in with the wide. And here's me talking over, or no, I'll do a side-by-side. Here's a side-by-side maybe, or I'll cut them. I'll do something. You're seeing two clips at once, me right here and me who's not talking on some side somewhere. That's the difference. Crazy, right? I don't know what the difference is right now. I'm filming it. I can't see it, but you know. This is the wide angle adapter on the Sigma. As you can see, it gets, I mean, I'm not stretching my arms out very much, but this is comfortable. I like this. This is totally fine. But maybe you want to go a little crazier. And that's why I have this bad boy right here. So I will go ahead and throw this on. We're doing just we're inching up through the wides, all right? This is as zoomed in as this lens will get. As you can see, it's not quite as wide with the adapter as what I had, but this zoomed in versus the zoom in on the Sigma, insane difference. And this is what wide looks like. And now I don't recommend buying this for a webcam for this wide. I mean, unless you know that you need it. But what it's good for is this. This is at 11. The other one's at 20. You have all of that range in between to be able to do something. Now, whenever I've been watching lens reviews, unfortunately, they don't really show off using them as a webcam. That's kind of a streamer specific thing. So seeing these comparisons is actually kind of hard to get, which is why I'm doing this. But now I am going to show you the more traditional. I'm going to put it on sticks and I'll just point at an object and we'll go through the ranges real quick to wrap everything up. All right, so this is the Sigma. This is not pushed in all the way. And as you can see, it just barely fits the frame of the CRT that I have this pointed at, because, you know, of course I'm going to point it at a CRT. And then if we press in, you can see you're really losing a lot there. But what can we do with the adapter? How much are we going to gain just from pressing in? Well, That's the width pressed all the way in with the wide angle adapter. And if we zoom out, you can obviously see quite a bit more on this. And then if we go ahead and swap again, this is pushed in all the way with the wide angle lens, the 11-20, and then we can push out and you can see substantially more. Something that actually affects my day-to-day use that you probably won't consider is the footprint of this. You have it mounted. Of course you don't have to worry about that, right? Hold on. Let me show you the Sigma with this adapter on here, plus another adapter. It ends up being pretty big. That is massive. And I have it hooked up there, so it bumps my monitor. 5 inches. That one's about 7. There's the camera mount. There's the lens. It sits on top of my monitor. So, should you buy the Sigma 18-35 for a webcam? Honestly, with the crop factor that I'm working with, probably not. You just really don't get a lot of room if you're using this like pretty close onto you, like a 24-inch desk. I have a 30-inch, and it's still like, this is kind of uncomfortable. Should you use the Sigma with the adapter? If you're using this anyway, like for other things, you want to have this lens. It's a pretty good versatile lens. Just in general, very sharp, really good for the money. And you want to buy this cheap adapter. It is really cheap. Honestly, I say go for it. I think that this held me up pretty well, and that like I still, if I was using this out in like the field a lot more, I would be totally fine with this. The only bad thing about this is if you're working in a place smaller, like you have a tiny little room that you have a studio out of, you're moving your camera around, you don't get a lot of like base width away from you. Like you kind of really got to pull the camera to your chest if you want to work with that. And then should you get the lens that's already on this camera right now, the 11-20, honestly, I think the max width, pretty crazy. Probably don't need an 11. If you want to look at other lenses that are not quite an 11, maybe like a 14, a 15, something like that, I think that that's totally fine. If you're using it multi-purposed or you have a very specific use for going that wide, I mean, I say go for it. I think the price is really good. The Sigma obviously is a little sharper, and I would say generally better, but it's more expensive and it's less purpose-built. So I say if you like wide, go for the wide. And if you like CRTs, subscribe to the channel. I post about this stuff all the time. Thank you. Bye-bye.